Alright guys, just leaving Carson Coffee on a Saturday. Trying to set up this camera. Pretty good turnout. Hopefully the view isn't too bad this time. I think I'll just do like a talking video. Nothing crazy. Just gonna take you guys along. If I can find my way home. All my camera stuff's pouring out of here. Alright, let's try to see if I can turn around. There's always that cop there. Every Saturday, Carson Coffee. Whoever gets lucky. It's a lot of cops. Like Saturday, after getting out of Carson Coffee, there's always a lot of cops just trying to catch people, you know, slacking. So for this one take, I'm just gonna talk about pricing, my journey into arriving to this car. So like I mentioned on my last video, I was looking for GT3RS's. 997 in particular. I mean, I was open to 991 as well, but I'll explain like the pricing. When the boom of like the pricing happened, which was around 2021, I believe, April, I was in the process of getting a 997.2 GT3RS, a gray black 2010, was it 2010 and 2011, I believe, and I hesitated because I was gonna trade in my F430 and I just wasn't sure I wanted to do that at the time. I kind of like the car still, but I've been wanting to get back into Porsches, so I should have acted on it much quicker, and I hesitated. The car got sold, and you know, go figure, now it's like over 300,000 that car, so it is what it is. So now fast forward 2 years of researching, looking at stuff, I start to see 991 GT3RS's go down in price. So there's the dot one is the much cheaper one. Now it's around 200. A dot two would be around 250. You can get a variance between 230, 250, 260, depends on the condition, miles, and spec. So I didn't notice the 997 pricing, how it's acting, because I've mainly been focusing on the RS that I could afford, which is the 991 during this time. So I was trying to see if I can do 200, 250, something like that. Everything's 250,000, so it's kind of ridiculous. So when I was about to like pull the trigger on a 991, I saw the this car priced at around 130, 140, was it 140 something? And then I was like, what the hell's going on? Like, why is the 997 almost the same price as the 991? So I'm like, well, because, you know, maybe because it's manual, and a lot right now people are gravitating towards the driving feel more than, you know, for street driving people, you know, they don't really care about all the speed, because I mean, you're just using it on the street. So maybe the manual is a much more nicer driving experience. So maybe that's what's driving the price up. So it's kind of curious. So the pricing of 997 RSs are almost higher, or almost on par or higher than the 991 era RSs, which is kind of crazy. Well, I really think it's because of the manual transmission. I think that's pretty much it. But I think also for me personally, manual transmission, the size, the power to weight ratio I don't need any more power. This is 400 something horsepower. I don't really need any more power on this street. I mean, I'm not, like I said, I'm not heavily tracking the car or racing it or anything. I'm just here for the driving feel. So I think, yeah, it's really, it's kind of a weird thing. Like, yeah, I'm pretty satisfied with this package right here. So that's why I'm still on the search for an RS. I still want to get an RS, but I'm not sure if it's even worth it at this point now. Having a GT3, like basically a GT3 is a comfortable RS. You know, you can actually mod a GT3 to almost reach or surpass RS capabilities, but you know, you're not gonna get the chassis differences, but you know, being, you know, all the other stuff that comes with it. But performance wise, you know, if you're looking for the speed and suspension, you can always mod it to match. So yeah, so Carson, yeah, so today I'm just thinking about, like, there's not a lot of 997s out right now. I mean, it's just on the car meet on the Carson Coffee, I was hearing people talk about, like, when they're walking around my car and there's another 997 there. They're talking about how it's so rare to see these cars now, and that's crazy to hear for a 2007. It didn't feel like 2007 was that long ago, but now I guess it's that long ago. That it's a classic. You know, like I said, the parts are harder to find now. Everything's expensive because of the scarcity of the parts. So I'm like kind of in this weird thing where I kind of, maybe I should just stay with this one for a little bit. And because I don't know, like sometimes, like I said, like you don't want to meet, like you're trying so hard to get to that goal, but sometimes that goal is not really what it's cracked up to be. So I know I'm gonna enjoy it, right? Of course, when I get it, it's like, oh, it's RS, but like, how long will that last? How long will it start to eat up inside me that I spent like a whole $150,000 more just to get that car? It's not $150,000 better than this car. You know, it's a 997 R. I'm saying 150 because this car is 150, and I have to spend 100 or 150 more to get an RS because GT3RS 997s are in the 300s now. Or like I said, I get a 991 for around 200. But I don't know if that's going to be a comparable replacement to this. You know, it's arguable. You know, you guys let me know what you guys think. This is a nice. It's a nice. I think I didn't want to pay 150 for this, but it's the times. You know, this is what it is now. It's unfortunate that this is how it is now, but that's the only negative part about this car is I paid double where what I used to see this car priced at. I used to see them at 70, 80, and I just ignored them, you know, because I was always hunting for that RS. So sometimes you kind of just have to look for deals, you know, keep an open mind. When you're a car enthusiast, I guess, you just keep an open mind, even if it's not your entire goal. But if you see like a good deal, if it's remotely, you know, you don't just buy anything, but like if it's remotely something that you're interested in, you should just at least get it if it's if it's a good deal, I suppose. What else is there? Saturday thoughts. Carson Coffee, you know, like it's just, you actually notice that, you see, you know, when I was growing up, I mean, not that long ago, but when I was growing up, exotic cars were the thing. You know, you want to get an exotic car, and that's the car to get. And it's always amazing when you see an exotic car. And now everyone's like unfazed. You know, you see like somebody came by and like a Aventador there. You know, like somebody came by with like a McLaren 720S, 570S, 650S. No one really is like phased anymore. Like, and people are gravitating more towards like these cars, like the middle ground, the middle of the pack type cars. You know, like just it's interesting to see that. Like before, we're so amazed about supercars, hypercars, but like, well, I am still. It's just that it's not like just the gravity of it. It's just much like the normal ones tend to have more people appreciating it more. Like, let's say you see an E46 M3 there, or or like, what else did I see that's interesting? Like a fixed, like my old WRX, my old Subaru. That was the star of like the car meet every time I go, because it's just an interesting car, like it's not something you just buy. I mean, I just bought it, but like it wasn't readily available. Somebody had to make it. So that was cool, So GT3, like now, this one, because of how rare it is now, it's just rare. And everyone was just like, oh wow, like this is still actually a pretty nice car. And it's just I don't know if you guys agree with me with that culture, but I think I just noticed it for me personally that exotics doesn't seem to hold that much. I don't know what do you call it, street cred, or I don't know, like gravitas or something. I don't know what the word is when you bring one. So basically you spend all this money, you bring it, it doesn't create that much effect. Like if I brought, like when I remember bringing my F430 to that place, didn't really get an awesome reception, or I mean, like nobody really cares about it. But when you bring something like a tuner or something that you fix up, something that you're like something that you put work on, it's more of people gravitate towards it more. Maybe I just never noticed it before, but that's what I'm noticing now. Or maybe it's just the location. Maybe just my location is just the type of people that are around here are just more into fixer-uppers, or those kind of workhorse type vehicles. Nothing exotic, We appreciate exotics, but yeah, it seems like the times is changing. Well, not like, I mean, this is like I said, 150 grand now. I mean, like it's almost like exotic car pricing, which is crazy when it wasn't an exotic. And I had an RX-7 before. I bought for 10,000, one for 800 bucks, and now they're like trading for like 50, 45, 60, depends on the condition. So it's just cars that weren't exotic are becoming exotic. And so in a sense, supercars are so common because you can just simply buy them anytime you want. But normal cars that are maintained and restored and kept in a very good condition are so rare that they are in fact exotics now. That's crazy, isn't it? Like it's just like the tables turned, tables are flipped. Yeah, so far I'm pretty happy. I don't have any complaints about it. Complaints about this vehicle, I don't have anything to gripe about, except for, like I said, if I still want to chase this car thing, or I just want to I don't know, maybe I'll just get back into motorcycles. It seems like motorcycles are less of a headache. Motorcycles seems to be, they give more, for the money that you spend, That's why I always loved motorcycles. It's just I can't quit riding. I just can't do that. I can't quit it. Quitting riding is almost like, it just feels wrong. Like I like Porsches, I think, because there's like such a similarity to motorcycles between this car and a motorcycle. It's like you got all the power, all the weight, all the thing going on in the back, right? So if you really wring this out all the way to like you're gonna get that feeling of like lightness on the front, which is basically like what motorcycles do. So, and the nimbleness of the steering, it's like it really feels like a motorcycle, like on a car, is what I'm, the closest thing I can see a car being a motorcycle is this car. It's the GT 911. So it's kind of interesting. Interesting comparison. All right, guys. I mean, I've been recording for like, I don't want to keep you guys too long. I think that's enough rambling for you guys today. I don't know if you guys even enjoyed this kind of video. I mean, I just kind of want to turn the camera on and talk, because I have a lot of thoughts in my mind. and I don't know if it's like worth for like a serious video or not, so I'm just gonna ramble on one. So this is it. Yeah, so if you guys like, or like it or dislike the video, let me know. And as always, hope you guys enjoy your weekend, and I thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys on the next one.